Here.
Commissioner Clark Coleman, Commissioner Colleen,
Here.
Chair Clemente,
Here.
you have a quorum present.
Thank you. Next item, please.
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
I have none. Next item.
C, approve the June 2024 meeting minutes.
Move approval of the minutes, Madam Chair. Support.
Thank you. We have approval from Commissioner Clean and support from Commissioner Garza. All those in favor indicate by saying aye, please.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Any opposed? No. Moving on. Where we at? Next item, please.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Thank you. And to the next item, please.
Item 1, under new business, forwarding a Wayne County Connect 43 Steering Committee Monthly Meeting Report.
Hi, Mike Jameson, Connect 43, Project Director on via Zoom.
Thank you very much. And could you just give us a short update of what has happened recently?
Yeah, very, very short. So the big news is we are 5 days from the HCM official go live. Lot of work has been done since that report, but basically just to kind of get into specifics of where we're at on the project within HCM. We are in the cutover phase. We are, crossing T's and dotting I's and working through the outstanding items that need to be worked through to get us live on Monday. The training has been taking place over the months of May and June. We'll continue post go live, and then we will enter what is called hypercare support, which is just a fancy term for supporting all of the things that can and do go wrong with implementations when they go live. And so in conjunction with the Oracle implementation team as well as Wayne County IT, there also is an additional support contract that kicks in at the end of July, and those resources have been onboarded, and collectively all of the project team, inclusive of the managed services team, work through the service requests and tickets and any issues that may arise once we officially flip the switch and everybody is using Oracle to enter time and view absences, etc. And then at the end of the month, they'll transition from the implementation team to the customer support services team, and then they will maintain assisting the county with managing and maintaining Oracle, because again, with Oracle, there'll be quarterly releases that we have to manage, as well as just the day-to-day work, functionally and technically, that will continue in perpetuity. So that's on the HCM side. On the ERP side, we finished what's called Prototype 1, and that essentially is the first iteration of the ultimate design of the financial management system, where after getting feedback from the wall walks and design sessions, Oracle comes back to the project team, the Wayne County SMEs and business analysts, and says, hey, this is what we got from those conversations. Does this look right? Does this look wrong? And so now we're working through essentially the setup for conversion, where we'll ultimately take more data from JD Edwards and TCM, put it into a test environment in Oracle Cloud, and then what will be Prototype 2, which will be really kind of the first kind of full view of Oracle ERP, the financial management system, with county data. Again, go through that process that's also called systems integration testing, where we test integrations, like i.e. to the banks, to third-party vendors, et cetera, and say, okay, we got the feedback. Now we've essentially got a strong view of how Oracle will work based on the design discussions that we've had thus far. And then that essentially then sets us up for the final rounds of user acceptance testing, where we bring in the larger group of end users, and then cut over, and then a similar process to HCM going live in April. With EPM, which is the budgetary planning, that wave has been on a pause. It is slated to kick off next month on the week of July 8th. We've had planning meetings to get re-engaged. part of the pause was related to kind of having more detail in prototype 2 based on prototype 1's feedback. And so now that we have that feedback from prototype 1 and start developing prototype 2, we'll re-engage EPM because there's certain integrations, chart of accounts being a big one, that are needed to make sure that EPM is to a point where we can further develop the design for prototype 1 and EPM. The other major wave is data warehouse. That's slated for a late July kickoff. All systems go. We're getting ready for a demo of that Friday. And, again, that is taking legacy, in this case, PeopleSoft data, putting it into the data warehouse. Once HCM goes live, data from HCM will go into the data warehouse, and then we'll rinse and repeat for ERP and JD Edwards as that project moves along. But yeah, there's always items to work through, and there will continue to be items to work through. We're managing them, and we're looking forward to a go live on Monday. I'll stop there.
Thank you very much. And I have heard that people have been doing their trainings and it's going well. Does anyone else have any questions? Yes, from Commission Counsel.
Through the chair to this honorable body, with regards to the system and specifically HCM, which is going live on Monday. One simple question, will the commission be ready and set to go come Monday? And I ask this question only because the commission's process with regards to approvals and other things are slightly different from that of the administration, and they were not originally contemplated. And so my simple question is, will the commission be ready and set to go with the rest of the county come Monday? And if not, are there workarounds in place so that we won't have any hiccups?
So yeah, the answer to that question directly is that is my anticipation and understanding, and to the latter, if anything, and this is just the approach overall with the project. If for whatever reason we run into any issues or staff has questions or concerns, we will log them, track them, and resolve them. So we're anticipating, and this was to your point, that was a question that we were addressing on a call today is, are we ready to fully go live with, all departments on 7/1? And the answer is yes, with the slight exception of DPS related to non-timekeepers, and that's an item that we're working on today. But yeah, the answer to your question is we anticipate everyone going live at the same time on Monday. And again, we'll have a process for logging SR similar to what we do now with the IT help desk portal, and the Oracle team and the PMO and the Oracle customer support team will be on deck to resolve any questions that arise. And the same people who have been working on the implementation will be there on Monday to address anything that comes up that isn't anticipated.
Okay, so we appreciate that response. The commission will hold you to that if there are any issues. And I will state for the benefit of commissioners that we have with regards to the ERP process, because to make sure that the commission portion, even though they're a little ahead of us and it's confusing, we're trying to engage them now. And Mike has been really, him and his team, once we brought ourselves to their attention, have been really great. So I do want to say that they have been great so far.
Thank you very much for that.
And Cynthia, we appreciate your grace and patience. And like all things, we will work through it if something comes up, but we appreciate you.
Thank you. Do any commissioners have questions? Okay, can I have a motion to receive and file item number 1? And thank you. Motion made by Commissioner Garza, support by Commissioner Kleen. All those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Okay, moving on to item number 2, please.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of Amendment 11 to a 2-year legal services contract with a 6-month option to renew with Zosmer PC to continue providing legal services, and the Rock Ventures LLC proposal to build a criminal justice complex matter.
So this contract is to extend. Does anyone have any questions about this contract? Okay. Let's move on to item number 3, please.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of Amendment 3 to a one-year comparable source professional services contract with the one-year option to renew with Tamara Knapp Advisory LLC to provide more management and consulting services for the criminal justice complex.
Another contract extending, we're anticipating all these moves. And you have questions on this one? Okay. And then, can we move to the addenda, please?
Moving to the addenda, item 4, requesting commission approval of a settlement agreement in the matter of the United States of America versus the Charter County of Wayne in the U.S. Department of Justice investigation.
Thank you. If you could please state your name and give us a little information about what's going on here, please.
Good afternoon, Sue Moo, Deputy Corporation Counsel. Before you, you have an agreement with the Department of Justice related to the services provided in the Wayne County Jail to inmates with disabilities. Back in 2018, the United States, through the Department of Justice, initiated an investigation of the Wayne County Jail after receiving multiple complaints about non-compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act. For the better part of, I'm going to say 4 years, we have been negotiating the agreement that is before you currently. Negotiations have involved the Sheriff's Office, HHVS, and our contracted medical provider of NAFCare. I will represent to you that a lot of the policies that have been agreed to in the agreement are policies that are currently in place. The highlights of the agreement becomes effective after we have moved into, well, it's effective September 15th with the anticipation that we will be in the CJC once the agreement becomes effective. The term of the agreement is 3 years with an option to terminate early if we can demonstrate substantial compliance with the agreement for 12 consecutive months.
Okay.
So I'm happy to answer any other questions that you might have.
Commissioners, does anyone have any questions? Yes, Commissioner Clark-Coleman.
Yeah, okay, so we are in violation. We were in violation.
We
Of
had,
the-
so, I'm sorry, let me let you finish your question.
of the American Disability Act.
I wouldn't say.
At the jail, was it just the jail?
It was just the jail. I wouldn't say that we were in violation. They had complaints of potential violations. And this is an agreement. So if you might recall, I want to say it was 21 that we changed healthcare providers in the jail. So there was differences in how we were providing services, medical services in the jail. We also had, there was also a period of time where we had multiple suicides in a shortened period of time. So there were definitely concerns.
Okay, so you are assuming that once we move into the CJC, that by us having a brand new building and all that all of those complaints and things. will
So,
go away.
no, the agreement is for services that we provide. There were concerns with the facility and being compliant with the American
Right.
Disabilities Act. Those concerns are not part of this agreement with the full knowledge and the full understanding that we are moving into a brand new state-of-the-art facility.
Right.
So the agreement is only related to the services that are provided to the.
And
inmates.
you've rectified all that.
For the most part, correct.
So not the facility, but the services that were
Correct.
provided
Correct.
to people with
Yes.
disabilities.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Commissioner Clean.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, I'm trying to go through the dates here. There were a lot of complaints. This was before NAFCARE
Correct.
in 2018. Yeah, we had all sorts of problems with pharmacy. We had all sorts of problems with the previous. So complaints were filed. The feds took it up in 18. Did they look at anything after 18? What did they look at?
Correct. The investigation started in October
Yeah.
of 2018. They
So it
were,
wasn't just stuff prior to
no,
18.
no.
It was, okay.
correct. They were in our facility several times. I want to say it was all before COVID, where they did their own independent investigations, where they talked to inmates. So yeah, there were other issues as well.
Okay.
I was just referring to what precipitated the investigation.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm looking, this becomes in effect September 15th this year.
Correct.
Now, because I was like, okay, and so I'm going to the compliance section of the report, or from, I guess it's the staff analysis. So we're by the agreement here. We're gonna have to hire a consultant with correctional health care, and
Correct.
that's mandated. Okay,
I believe that's within six.
something that
I think that's within 6
something that
months.
NAFCARE couldn't handle?
No,
This is what the feds want,
yes,
a third party.
yes.
Okay. Now, what about, so what's gonna happen after the effective date? Then there's this like 3-year period. I'm trying to follow the bouncing ball.
So there's there are requirements, there are reporting requirements that we have in the agreement.
Yeah.
There's compliance requirements, and then there is a consultant who will review and submit reports to the DOJ of our compliance with the provisions that we
So
have.
that's gonna be the feds are gonna have a compliance review.
Correct.
And Madam Chair, how are we gonna know? I mean, I don't think that the independence compliant, I don't think that's gonna be on our agenda when they issue that report. So how is the commission gonna know what's going on in this 3-year period and what the feds have to say if they raise any more issues, or if they say 2 years from now, we're good to go? How does the commission,
So is it a monthly compliance report, a quarterly? Because you said there's a possibility within 12 months if
I
we
believe
are
quarterly.
completely compliant. So could we have that report, the quarterly report submitted
So
as soon as you have
soon as we
it?
receive a report.
Yes,
can
so we
make-
could see where we're at on, that would be great.
yeah, and thank you for that, Madam Chair, because
Thank you.
the issues have been long standing. And I don't want settlements and letters saying you're good to go and all that kind of stuff. Without the commission being able to see it and review it, and I think it just completes the loop.
Thank you for bringing that up.
You.
I am hoping that within 12 months, we pass all the complaints and we'll be done with this. I'm positive thinking.
Optimism.
Yes, that's me. All right. Thank you so much. Anyone, other questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to item 5, please.
Item-
And 6. We can take them both together.
Item 5, requesting commission approval of an addendum to a 2-year cooperative agreement with SHI International Corp. for Atlassian Jira license subscriptions. Item 6, requesting commission approval of an addendum to a 1-year cooperative agreement with SHI International for consulting and support for Atlassian Jira service management services.
Is there someone here from IT? Could you please come to the table?
Hi, Greg Abbas, Director of Enterprise Applications.
Thank you.
Cheryl Reuter, Information Technology.
Okay, so we are extending this and changing over to a different Could you just give a little highlight of what's going on here?
Yeah, so in an effort to improve our online help desk system, we're actually increasing the licenses that we have available in our existing subscription service that we have for Jira, which we're using for project management. They have a more advanced, more streamlined help desk capability that will be beneficial to the users at the county. Make it easier for them to submit requests for help, get requests for IT engagement, and also allow us to expand out potentially support portals for different departments across the county where we can't do that right now with Avanti, and also track our assets more effectively. So given that the price point that they're at with this, in conjunction with where we're kind of at with the renewal of Avanti, we've chosen to just move forward with, doing this upgrade
Very
and
good.
licensing.
Thank you. Any questions from commissioners? Commissioner Clean?
Thank you, Madam Chair. It wasn't that long ago, I think in the last year, that the Auditor General did a look at as far as tracking all of our assets, where everything was.
Mhm.
Is this kind of in response to that audit?
Not that I'm aware of. However, this will improve how we track our IT assets across the county because it has a very effective configuration management database, whereas
You seen that audit?
no, I'm not aware
Yeah,
of it.
because it was, if I can ask the Auditor General, when did you do that audit? Because there was a lot of stuff that we were having trouble tracking.
Marcy Cora, Auditor General through the chair. I would have to go back and look. I would say it was probably 2 years ago, but
Was
I'll
it two
provide a
already?
copy. And there was a corrective action plan also done on it.
Yeah.
And Greg Abbas is newer to our staff, so I think that happened
Yeah.
before his employment started.
That might be a good thing to
Yeah.
look at and just.
Yeah, yeah.
see. Okay.
absolutely. Love
Thank
to
you.
get a
Thank
copy
you,
of
Madam
that.
Chair.
Thank you. Thank you very much. If
Thank
there's
you.
no other questions. All right, can I get a motion to approve items 2 through 6, please?
Support.
Thank you. We have a motion from Commissioner Garza, support from Commissioner Clean. All those in favor? Any opposed? Ayes have it. Next item, please.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I know of none. Next item.
G, public comments.
Is there any emails or anyone on the phone for public comment, Madam Chair?
No emails were received and no one on Zoom.
Okay. And anyone in the chamber would like to make a public comment? Going once? Going twice? Okay, close public comment and take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.